Hey everybody, happy Thursday. In this episode of Thankful Thursday, you get to watch me clean up my son's mess. No, I'm kidding. I am going to clean while I do this because that's how I multitask. I'm like the type of person who has ants in her pants all the time. And I need to be doing 50,000 different things all the time or I'm not satisfied. I'm just one of those crazy people. So maybe I'll wait a little bit. But my son, guys, this is my hot mess right here. This is half of it. That's just half. This other half was covered, and I cleaned that last week. And that's what I'm talking to you about today. I'm talking to you about picking your battles and picking them wisely. But first, my Thankful Thursday. I am super thankful for, ready? Premarital counseling. September is my wedding month. It's when we got married 8 years ago. And I was just talking to one of my challengers, and I was talking to her through some stuff that she's going through right now. And I likened what she's going through to something that our premarital counselor had told us. And by the way, premarital counseling, if you're not married, highly, highly recommend it. I'll tell you a little story. So we had to take this little test, and I'm very thankful for this little test. They said it's not a test. It's a bubble chart test. Anything that has you filling out little answers in a little bubble chart, to me, is a test. So it was a test, even though they said it wasn't. And my husband and I, at the time we were engaged, obviously, we failed said test. There's the truth. We failed it. They told us we shouldn't get married in a very nice way. That's what they said. And we said, funny jokes on you guys because we're gonna. No. We went through the premarital counseling. You take the test at the beginning. And then at the end, we retook the test. I said, I'm retaking that test. I'm a perfectionist when it comes to that stuff. And I'm like, I'm going to ace this thing next time. So we went through the premarital counseling. Long story short, we ended up passing it with flying colors. And at the end, we realized that our one thing that we saw the same, like my husband and I are very different. He comes from a home that his family, his parents are still married. My parents divorced when I was young. He moved around a lot when he was little. I didn't move around at all. So it's just very different. He's good with change. I'm not. And we realized why all that stuff was true when we went through this counseling. At the end of the day, we got married, and we are happily married. We have our issues, like everybody, but we retook the test and we aced it. One thing that I was just talking to my my person about was to pick your battles, and she's having a hard time getting her workouts in because she has a little child, and it's hard for her to leave the house and go to the gym, which is why she enjoys the at-home workouts. But she looks around her house and she sees all this stuff that needs to get done, right? Like all these little pieces of white foam everywhere that need to be vacuumed for the past 2 months because the beanbag exploded, or the big sink full of dishes that I have upstairs, or the laundry room full of clothes that I have to fold. At the end of the day, you have to pick your battles. And it's the reason why it just so happens I have an airplane. Oh, a Texas airplane. My heart seriously goes out to these people in Texas. We'll be doing a fundraiser for them in September. But anyway, that's why on the airplane they tell you to make sure that you put your mask on before even your child. Why? Because you need to be able to breathe so that you can take care of whoever's around you on the plane. The same is true in life. You need to take care of yourself first so that you can be your best for everybody else around you, which means eating right, feeding your body the nutrients it needs, feeding your body with proper exercise, okay? So I was telling her all of this, and I was saying, you need to pick your battles. You need to put the other stuff aside until you get your workout in. It's 30 minutes for yourself. Get off of this phone, get off of Facebook, and go do your workout, because that's your priority right now, so that you can be your best to take care of everything else that has to be done in your household. So back to why does premarital counseling have anything to do with this? Because they told me the same thing. I had this issue, I don't have this issue anymore, hence the sink full of dishes, where I could not go to sleep without having all of my dishes done. Again, I don't have this issue anymore, but it caused a lot of issues between my husband and I, because he'd leave a freaking pile of dishes. We lived together before we were married. Anyway, he'd leave a pile of dishes in the sink, and I'd be like, dude, can you just do the dishes? Can you just, like, do them instead of leaving them for me to do? And so the premarital counselor would say to us, or me, she'd say, Melissa, at the end of the day, what's going to happen if the dishes don't get done? And I'm like, they don't get done. She said, and then what? I said, I'll end up doing them in the morning. And she said, and then what? I said, I'll get annoyed that they weren't done at night. And she just kept saying, and then what? At the end of the day, the dishes will get done. And that was her point. It's like, at the end of the day, all these toys will get picked up as they are now. At the end of the day, the laundry will get put away. At the end of the day, your dishes get done. But you have to take care of you first. So that's my message to you today. I am thankful for those wise words, as simple as they were. Super thankful for them. And that's my message, is that you take care of you first, so that you can be the best you can be for all those around you. Have a great day, everybody.